Log into gyroscopemeet.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group, LLC.
GS Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio, internet radio station powered by GMG, LLC.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy look of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good. You'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy face. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy look of tragedy. It's not your style. You feel so good, you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here on Real Talk Real Estate Matters. My name is Gail Allen, and I am a broker and also a loan officer here in the state of New Jersey. And I also do consulting across the country. So if you have any questions with reference to anything that we discussed this evening, please feel free to reach out to me. Text me at 551-276-9932. We're here to discuss the business of real estate. And whether you are an agent or perhaps you are someone that's trying to get into the business, you would like to build or you would like to buy and hold to rent, or you would like to buy and renovate property, better known as fixing and flipping, you've tuned into the right place. My name is Gail Allen, and I work with so many experts in the field, and there's always something new to learn every day within this industry, the real estate industry. So feel free to reach out, call me. We're live here at 201-759-2421. If you would like to add to the conversation, you may do so. And you may also visit my website, which is realtalkrealestatematters.com. Thank you so much for joining us. This evening, we're going to talk about women in construction. That's right. March is Women's Month. And it's going to be a great month to learn more about what women have been up to, what type of obstacles women are now able to overcome. I'm always thinking about the positive tip. And so we're going to talk about home ownership, black architects and black developers that face major hurdles in securing loans in connections with commercial real estate development. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about some of the women in real estate that are really doing well. They're really hitting their stride. They're developers, mortgage brokers, contractors, builders. We're going to talk about that. And there was this great film called Crazy Rich Asians. Well, it was a film about a very rich Asian family that had a mother who was seemingly very cold and shrewd, but it turns out she wasn't cold and shrewd at all. She had not forgotten her humble beginnings. She was simply trying to protect her child, her son. But within the film, there was this luxurious mansion that was shown, and it was designed by architects Stephanie Magnan and Amanda Tay of 29 Design Consultancy, and their company is known as Design Seed. We're going to look at that property and see exactly what they were able to do with that property, and it's not on the level plane. So we're going to look at that. You're going to enjoy it. Do get your tea and your coffee ready. We also have Susan Trumpler. She's from Unstoppable Women, and she's going to talk to us about something that's very important, the elevator pitch. But first, let's look at the Chartered Institute of Building. They're in London. Let's see what they're doing to help young girls become interested and get experience in the construction real estate industry.
Nurturing diversity within the construction industry requires active encouragement. Building contractors Lend-Lease recognise the benefits of a mixed workforce, and the company has worked hard to ensure they offer diversity of jobs, plus more opportunities for women and people from a range of backgrounds. Marianne O'Hotter reports now from two of their London sites.
The public perception of construction isn't always positive, and it's not an industry particularly renowned for its diverse workforce.
When I'm in construction, people say, "Oh, you're an architect." I said, "No, construction." I say, "Oh, are you in the office?" And it's trying to get perception around that no, you can actually, you're on site and you're managing the works, planning the works, delivering the works.
Particularly in meetings, when you arrive, people always think that you're in the wrong room, but once you show that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing, it's pretty okay, to be honest.
The construction industry is evolving rapidly, with more diversity than ever before in terms of gender, sexuality and disability inclusion. The building contractors Lend-Lease are at the very forefront of those changes.
Proud of its reputation as an equal opportunities employer and the highest ranking construction company on the Stonewall Workplace Equality Index, Lend-Lease is clear that attracting diverse talent is key to its success.
Construction is really all about teams, and it's all about people and how those people solve problems on a day-to-day basis together. More diversity in those teams means that actually we're better problem solvers.
Colleen Liston was sponsored by Lend-Lease through her degree at Loughborough University. With a one-year placement under her belt, she was then offered a job with the firm on the graduate training scheme.
Before you go into the industry, you just think that there's builders, architects and engineers and that's it. But once you go out onto site, you see how many different people and how many different roles you could do. And then when you're in a big company like Lend-Lease, you have that flexibility that if you see someone doing a job and you think, oh, I might like to try that, they will let you go and try and do that job for 6 months.
Lend-Lease is working hard to make sure that construction sites are a safe and supportive environment for everyone. The company has established a pan-industry working group to address LGBT issues in construction. It operates a diversity council and conducts training on site for staff and contractors and awareness-raising campaigns like Rainbow Laces.
So we decided to get people to lace up their boots across construction sites in the UK with rainbow laces. And that raised the conversation and got people talking. We know the business sense, but it's also the right thing to do.
What I do like about Lendlease is they really do encourage everyone to do it, and I think that's what's important. They don't try to discern from what you are, where you came from, it's what can you do.
Recognising the importance of a diverse and gender equal workforce starts at the top. Lucy Homer sits on the construction leadership team.
I feel very passionate about encouraging more women into the industry. Having a woman on the board of the construction business means that we're able to do that from the most senior level. And we encourage people all the way through our business, from young graduates all the way through to people who've been here for 20 years. The succession plan for the female members of our industry is really important to us.
To transform construction and recruit the talent the industry so desperately needs, changes must reach into wider society.
When girls are growing up, it's just something that's not even ever considered. So like, I went to, say, an all-girls school, and no one ever on Careers Day would have ever spoken to you about a career in construction. And because of that, I think there are a lot of girls with probably a lot of potential, and you could bring a lot to the industry that don't even consider it.
Making careers attractive and accessible to all is a keystone for Lendlease. And with their support, the face of construction is changing.
It's creative, it's dynamic, it's fun.
I don't think that people realise how much of an input they can have into everyone's everyday lives.
I wish that I'd joined the construction industry 20 years ago.
And I've really enjoyed it, and I've met some amazing people.
My only advice to anyone is open your eyes, come and have a look.
So that is very, very encouraging. It's very, very encouraging. I find as a woman in the real estate industry that you are very cordial and very excited when you find a woman that is, doing things within the real estate industry, not just as a broker but a builder. Someone that's an architect, someone that's a designer, that's designing commercial buildings. It's very exciting. I remember when I was a young woman just starting out as a realtor in this business in a place known as Hackensack, New Jersey, where I was raised, not born, but raised in Hackensack. On Main Street, there was a vacant lot with just houses that sat for years and years and years, and I used to ride my bicycle around there. And then one day, I saw the wrecking ball, and they were taking down the homes, and my broker, who happened to be Mr. Bard, he actually picked up the listing, and he told us at a meeting that the person that was building townhomes across the street from our office was a woman. And we couldn't believe it, and this was years ago. And so I had a chance to meet her once the project was done, and I was able to go in with the lockbox, of course, and I had maybe a sale or two on one of the units, but I had a chance to meet this woman. And I asked her, I said, what made you do it? Was it difficult? What were they saying to you? Men, what were they kind to you, or were they discouraging? And she said some were discouraging, and yet some were very encouraging. And it depends on where your mindset is, Gail. She said, you can do anything that you want to do. And she explained that she had seen her father build over the years as a young girl, and she always told herself, one day I'm going to do it. And so she decided to do it after she retired from her regular employment. I don't recall what it was, but it was very encouraging back then. Now we find women are speaking out, and we're demanding that the real estate industry become more diversified, not only just for women, not only just for Black women, Hispanic women in period, but also for appraisers. Appraising, that industry is locked down almost really solid, ice solid, it's hard to get in because of the various mentorships that you must have, the apprenticeship that must be done. And it's very difficult for women to find companies or, appraisal companies that are willing to take them in and give them the field training that is needed in order to receive the licensing from the particular state that they're working in. So I'd like to show you this next clip, though. It is about women, black women, who are brokers, who are developers, developing commercial property as well as residential property. You're going to enjoy it. It's very encouraging.
We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all.
Hello and welcome back. In this original Black Excellence presentation, we will highlight 10 real estate trailblazers.
Welcome to blackexcellence.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
According to research by Deloitte, fewer than 6% of active real estate agents and brokers identify as Black, but more than 14% of the American population is Black. On the commercial real estate side, the numbers are even more dismal. Reportedly, only 2% of commercial real estate brokers are African Americans, and the development community is almost exclusively white. In an industry characterized by huge sums of money, Black home ownership, Black architects, and Black developers face major hurdles in securing loans, connecting with influential networks, and gaining access to capital. But we wanted to take some time out to highlight the fact that the real estate world is not an entirely homogeneous field. It is one that is slowly diversifying, and there are only an elite number of firms and individuals who are excelling and making their way to the top. And we want to tell you about a few. In this original Black Excellence presentation, we want to highlight 10 Black trailblazers in the real estate world. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Sherelle Rosado. Rosado started Allure Realty in 2019 in Tampa Bay, Florida, just 2 years ago after working as a real estate agent and serving almost 13 years in the U.S. Army. The former paratrooper and small business owner is already making a name for herself in the industry, and her compelling drive has led her to become one of Florida's top producing real estate agents. Although Florida offers a plethora of outstanding beach, sports, cultural, and entertainment offerings, Rosado attributes her success to her leadership and her powerful team of highly trained, professional, and glamorous women of color. Allure specializes in brokering real estate transactions for high-profile clients, and the brokerage's success has also led to its expansion into new markets, with a new location in Miami and soon Charlotte. The woman-owned minority business run by a veteran will be featured on Netflix's real estate show, Selling Tampa, which will take viewers inside the glamorous world of luxury waterfront property on Florida's Sun Coast. The multi-million-dollar properties will be a draw for viewers, but it's the diversity of Rosado's team that's really the highlight. Number 2. Tanisha Williams. Tanisha Williams, CEO of Elite Realty Partners, has established and grown the largest Black woman-owned real estate brokerage firm in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale, South Florida area, breaking $100 million in sales in just over 2 years in 2019 and 2020. Williams has built her elite team around a theme of helping more individuals and families achieve their goals of home ownership and real estate acquisition. Williams, a former correctional officer and teenage mom, became convinced in 2017 that she found her purpose through the love of real estate. She attributes the accelerated growth of Elite Realty to her faith and favor from God. Currently, Williams manages a large team of 140 agents, all with their own personalities and skill set. She is a coach at heart who has been able to cultivate a culture of family where no agent is an island. Number 3. H.J. Russell & Company. Back in 1952, when Herman J. Russell founded his real estate and construction company, he imagined a thriving company that nurtured all of Atlanta as part of its DNA. By 1967, Russell's business portfolio had expanded to include general contracting services through H.J. Russell Construction Company, while owning several construction and real estate companies. Some of Russell's better-known projects include numerous Atlanta landmarks, among them the Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, the Georgia Dome, Phillips Arena, and Turner Field. Historically, Russell provided significant financial support for the civil rights movement and emotional support for its leaders. Additional support went to the advancement of students and entrepreneurs and a specific focus on enhancing the living environments of Atlanta's most vulnerable residents. Russell's legacy and entrepreneurial spirit has been passed down to his children and grandchildren as his son, Michael B. Russell, now serves as CEO. Today, H.J. Russell & Company is one of the largest minority-owned construction services and real estate development firms in the nation. Number 4. Quentin E. Primo III. Capri Capital Partners is one of the largest minority-owned real estate investment management firms in the United States. Chairman and CEO Quentin E. Primo III co-founded the company in 1992, and after 3 decades in the industry, he credits creativity, service, and a sense of community as playing a large role in his greatest successes. Capri offers a broad spectrum of real estate equity and debt solutions to its clients through separate account, commingled fund, and joint venture formats. Mr. Primo received his MBA from the Harvard Business School. He has challenged conventional wisdom in developing new markets for investment and became an early investor in U.S. multifamily residential, commercial investments, and urban property markets. He and his company are now expanding internationally with a focus on the high-growth markets such as India. Capri Capital Partners now has more than $13 billion in real estate investment transactions completed. Number 5. T. Dallas Smith & Company. T. Dallas Smith & Company is the nation's largest African-American-owned commercial real estate brokerage firm, focused exclusively on tenant and buyer representation in the areas of office, land, and industrial real estate. Smith is the founder and CEO who began his commercial real estate career in 1982, and in 1995, he pioneered the brokerage division for H.J. Russell & Company. In 2006, with the blessing of the late Herman Russell, Dallas opened T. Dallas Smith & Company. Smith has since led projects across the country, with metrics exceeding more than 7 million square feet of commercial property leasing and acquisitions, and leading transactions totaling over $15 billion. And the company is committed to taking serious steps to bring more Black brokers into commercial real estate, as every broker in the firm volunteers, serves on boards, accepts speaking engagements, and participates in efforts to expose young Black people to the industry. Number 6. Dantes Partners. Dantes Partners' overarching goal is to facilitate and enhance local economic development by designing innovative funding solutions for community-based real estate initiatives. Their success is driven both by their technical expertise and their ability to extract value in even the most complex transactions. Founded in 2003 and based in Washington, D.C., Dantes Partners is a firm with a passion for urban neighborhood revitalization. As such, they have extensive knowledge on the local real estate development lifecycle. They believe that meaningful economic inclusion is a hallmark of a healthy community. As managing principal of Dantes Partners, Bua Benidi directs the acquisition, development, management, and financial activities of the firm. He believes that the project that they adopt, such as developing affordable housing for hearing-impaired professionals and overseeing the development of community facilities, for examples, are concrete expressions of their core values. Number 7. Don Peebles. Don Peebles Corporation is a privately held national real estate investment and development company specializing in residential, hospitality, retail, and mixed-use commercial properties. The company has corporate offices in New York City, Miami, and Washington, D.C., and may be considered the most successful Black-owned real estate business in the U.S. Founded in 1983 by Don Peebles, the company has become an industry leader with a portfolio of active and completed developments totaling more than 10 million square feet and $8 billion in the gateway cities of New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Miami, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. No other company has successfully realized more real estate development through public-private partnerships than the Peebles Corporation. Over the course of more than 35 years, the Peebles Corporation has developed high-profile assets guided by the principles of affirmative development to help empower women and minorities and close the wealth gap. Number 8. Victor McFarlane. McFarlane Partners has provided real estate investment management services to institutional investors since 1987, building an impressive track record that spans multiple market cycles and a broad range of investment strategies, property sectors, and capital structures. Chairman and CEO Victor McFarlane has more than 40 years of real estate experience and founded the firm in 1987 after working at Aetna Life and Casualty Company, where he helped acquire and manage more than $1 billion in real estate assets. Under his leadership, McFarlane Partners pioneered the urban investment concept among institutional real estate managers in the 1990s, and today is an industry leader in the urban smart growth development. McFarlane Partners focuses exclusively on investments that promote smart growth, urban revitalization, and sustainability in urban and high-density suburban submarkets of select gateway cities within the United States. They also acquire equity stakes in emerging growth real estate companies active in such submarkets. Number 9. Robert Johnson. RLJ Lodging Trust is a self-advised, publicly traded real estate investment trust that owns primarily premium-branded, high-margin, focused service and compact full-service hotels. It operates through the hotel brands such as the Embassy Suites, Marriott, Hilton, Hyatt House, Wyndham, Renaissance, and many smaller hotels, offering a nice combination of leisure and business travel. RLJ Lodging Trust was founded by former BET founder Robert L. Johnson in 2011 and is headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland. Today, the REIT owns a portfolio of 101 hotel properties located in 23 states and Washington, D.C., with a total of 22,400 rooms. Their hotels are upscale in nature, but generate the bulk of their revenue from room rentals, as opposed to food and beverage outlets or from renting conference space. RLJ Lodging Trust went public in 2011 at a price of $18 per share and is now traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the stock symbol RLJ. Number 10. Kofi Nartey. Global Red is a private real estate firm based in Beverly Hills that offers distinctive services for discerning clients. Founded by Los Angeles luxury leader Kofi Nartey, who's been an influential sports and entertainment real estate broker since 2006, Global Red brings a refined yet holistic approach to the industry. Kofi leverages his exposure, reach, professional sports and acting experience, MBA business acumen, and his desire to unlock potential in every business and person he engages. With over 100 years of combined experience and over $6 billion in transactional experience, the Global Red team assists their clients in acquiring and selling prestigious properties, while providing unique opportunities to build out their real estate portfolios. Whether their clients are looking to buy or sell a luxury home, launch a luxury development, or add to an international real estate portfolio, Global Red leverages their understanding of luxury lifestyle to help them deliver it quickly, efficiently, and elegantly.
We appreciate the fact that you stayed with us until the end. Thank you for spending time with us, and don't forget to like this video. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you never miss a video. Bye for now. We will see you tomorrow.
And that video was from Black Excellist, and we thank you so much for such an inspiring video. Spring is pretty much on its way. 5-10 business days, it will be here, and this is a great time to start looking at new construction or start renovating. And why in the spring? Because the ground is soft, and interest rates are still kind of high, but there is a push now for the government to pull back on raising those interest rates. So we're going to talk about some of the things that you will need in order to secure a construction loan. Maybe you're thinking about building a home on beachfront property. I spoke with someone yesterday with reference to this, and it's an excellent market for something like that because the vacation market is still going strong. Maybe you're thinking about building a two-family or a four-unit building for investment purposes. Maybe you found land, and if you have land and you own the land, you can actually use that land as collateral. That would be your down payment. We're going to talk about that. So if you're interested in construction, you would like to build, maybe you're not a builder, but you pretty much know what you like to see and how much it's going to cost. And you can actually go out and you can hire a builder, a qualified builder. Now, a qualified builder is a licensed contractor with a proven reputation for excellence, which is what you want. So we're going to talk about that later on in the program. Now, we're not going to completely discuss everything there is to discuss about doing a construction to permanent loan. That is a construction loan and a permanent loan. Actually, now instead of having two loans, you can have one construction/permanent loan, and we're going to talk about how you save so much money and time doing it that way. But before we get to that, I want to talk about our market report from Developers Mortgage. Developers Mortgage is an excellent company if you're looking as a first-time home buyer, you're looking for a down payment that's affordable, you're looking for a payment that is affordable, you might want to look at Developers Mortgage. And their quote of the day is, this is from a J. Paul Getty, formula for success: rise early, work hard, strike oil. Sounds good. Sounds good. I like to talk about another couple that had a formula for success that was outstanding. That is the amazing Ashford and Simpson. They were an American husband and wife songwriting and production recording duo. And this was Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson. And they met at some place in the church. It was called the Harlem's White Rock Baptist Church, where they met. That had to be a blessing from God because they gave us hit after hit after hit after hit on every street corner. What about the songs with Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell? You're All I Need to Get By. I mean, they just gave us fascinating. They will pull us in not only with the rhythm and the chords, but the concepts, the lyric content. They were a genius songwriting team. And Ashford has gone on to be with the Father or the Mother, however you see it, but he's gone on to glory, and God bless him. And Valerie Simpson, she is still here singing her heart out. And how can we ever forget I'm Every Woman?
I can cast a spell, secrets you can't sell. Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Anytime you feel danger or fear, instantly I'm a miracle. I'm every woman, it's all in you. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. I can sense your needs like rain
great Valerie Simpson, a song written by she and her husband, Nick Ashford. What a wonderful, wonderful songwriting team. Thank you so much. I'm every woman. In terms of the market, they're claiming that, Atlanta federal president said he favors a 0.25% bump in March, and that the federal government needs to go to 5 to maybe 5.25%, and then leave the rate there well into 2024. Well, if I had my say, I agree with him even more. I think the Feds should drop the rates down to 4%, 4.25%, and leave it there well into 2026, 27, 28, because we need an affordable payment in order to keep this real estate market moving. Okay, and this stagnation really is hurting, the industry, and so keeping rates, at a reasonable pace, I think, would be great for the real estate markets. And the real estate markets here in the United States, I don't know, I'm not an economist, perhaps across the globe, makes the world go round. In a democracy, I know, real estate makes everything move. It sells nails. Someone's building a house, someone's going to buy wood. Someone's building a house, someone's going to get windows. Someone's building a house, you got to put furniture in it. Someone's building a house, you got to put up paintings. The real estate market makes the economy move. Okay? And Realtor.com, I think this is worth mentioning also, reports the supply of for sale homes in February was up 67.8% versus a year ago. Now, this was put to homes being listed for 67 days, but that's still less time on the market than before the pandemic. So what this is saying, that people want to buy. They want to own real estate. They want to own the roof over their heads. And they're clamoring. You see them whenever there's an open house. I have properties on the market. I'm getting so many calls from people who are putting down as much as they can, 5, 10%. Many homeowners or would-be homeowners, first-time homeowners, that are actually coming in with 50% down. Some with 100% of the asking price as cash. So they're putting everything they have on the line to be homeowners. And that's saying something about real estate, what it offers: generational wealth and housing security. If you have any questions with reference to anything I'm saying, feel free to reach out to me at 551-276-9932. And this is our website. Visit it anytime, www.realtalkrealestatematters.com. There you can email me, you can look at property. If there's something specific that you'd like to see, maybe you're looking for investment property, maybe you're looking for vacant land, maybe you want something like a bank and you would like to convert that bank into apartments. Well, you know what? We have a team and we can help you. Feel free to text me at 551-276-9932. And while we're talking about real estate, there's this, you know what, this is a great deal. You should get your pen out. This is a fantastic deal. If you are an investor, right, and you're looking for something called passive income, all right, you're looking for an investment that all you need to do is just collect your check in the mail, this next deal is for you. This is a townhouse. It's located at Westley Estates, and this property is located in New Milford, New Jersey. It's a beautiful townhouse, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Market value may be $525, $550, but the asking price is $475. Here we have a look at the dining room area, which is a full dining room. It has a full kitchen. This is a bedroom right here with skylights. It's a 2-car garage parking, and the parking, is the parking garage is, I should say, the garage is attached. Okay, so you won't be running out in the rain to get to your car. It's a beautiful, well-kept townhome, and what's interesting about this is that the seller is willing to negotiate with the investor if he is willing to allow her to stay as a tenant. So she wants to sell and become a tenant. That's right. The seller would like to stay in the property. Why? I guess because she's used to it. She's a person of a certain age, and she would like to stay close to her family and friends. So this property, again, is located in New Milford, New Jersey. It's called Westley Estates. The seller is willing to negotiate, and she's willing to pay market rents. So if you're looking for an investment that you simply just collect the envelope every month and you pull the check out and you put it in the bank. Meanwhile, the property is gaining what? Equity. And all you did was put down, a down payment, and perhaps you can talk to the seller about, I don't know, maybe getting help with your closing costs. Okay? She's also willing to pay maintenance. This is a great deal if you know about being a landlord. So, very quickly, because it isn't going to last, 551-276-9932. And you may also visit my website that you've just seen, realtalkrealestatemasters.com, and there you may write me. Okay? If you've been listening and you think there's something that you would like to add to what we've been talking about, maybe you are a realtor, maybe you are a builder, maybe you're building tiny homes, maybe you're using shipping containers, you're repurposing shipping containers, or you've got a small company or a large company and you're doing 3D printing. We would love to hear from you and have you on our podcast. This next, and I'm hoping we have enough time, because you really should get a cup of coffee, maybe a cup of tea. I don't know. Maybe you want to sit back and relax with a glass of something or other. But this is called, this property was designed by architects Stephanie Magnan and Amanda Tay. They are the designers or architects of 29 Design Consultancy. The name of their company is Design Seed. You remember the film Crazy Rich Crazy Asians or Crazy Rich Asians? Remember the Belanda House or Belanda House? Remember that? It was a luxurious mansion that they showed and showcased all throughout the film. Let's look at it and let's see what these women architects were able to do with property that was on uneven slope. Amazing, amazing design.
Hello, my name is Alex Lee and I am from Design Seeds. Some time ago, we featured an episode with the head of region of Asia and India from the Big Dutchman Group, Jan Hofstede, and he invited us to film his home. Jan was like, "You have to visit my place. It's in the Hollywood movie Crazy Rich Asian." And I stopped immediately with whatever I was doing at that moment and said, "Let's do it, Jan. Let's go." Before we begin, if you're not subscribed to our channel yet, do it now and click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification buzzer to stay in the loop of more fascinating design contents. The Blander House is named after the Dutch family's country origin, where Jan and Ineke originated from, the Netherlands. Sitting on the edge of the hill overlooking a mesmerizing view of the lush forest reserve of Damansara Country Heights.
We wanted resort style living, okay, because we like the outside. Malaysia, we like the weather, especially in the evening. So when we were in Holland in the summer, everybody sits outside. Here you have summer 365 days a year, right? So why not sit outside here as well? When you look from the front of the house, it looks very modest. But it's built attached to the hill, so the thing is going down, you know. When you enter the house, it really opens up to the whole house and to the jungle and to the view. Yeah, that was also meant to be like that. Oh, the wow factor, they call it, the wow factor.
Yes, we wanted to have a house that goes with natural elements. So stone, wood. What we wanted is that the house becomes part of nature and then just float over the trees and be part of that.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Mignon. I'm co-founder of 29 Design, together with Amanda Tay. And I'm joining you from Toronto, Canada, where I'm currently based. The client came to us and they had two big asks. The first big ask was to befriend the terrain. Their site is a 34-degree slope, sloping down from the entrance. So quite a challenge. They wanted to minimize disruption and disturbing the slope and leave as much vegetation there as possible. And the second big ask was to maximize outdoor living. We were inspired by Balinese vernacular architecture and how it was actually composed of a collection of buildings organized by program. And so we used that as a starting point and organized it into 3 pavilions. So we had the first pavilion, which is actually completely on the flat platform at the top of the slope, which is a pavilion for cooking, dining, and housing guests. And so we created a ground floor to be a very easily accessible and navigable space. And then we envisioned a second pavilion, which is the family pavilion, which is half on the flat platform and half cantilevered over the slope. And then we have the third pavilion, which is the most dramatic pavilion, which is on pilotis, cantilevered out over the slope entirely. And that is the living pavilion. To connect them, we envisioned, rather than walking across a garden, we actually connected them with bridges. So there's an experience of crossing through a bridge in the treetops to go from one program to another, which we thought was a way to also incorporate this experience of the garden and the jungle throughout the house. Part of the brief that the client gave us was also to not just house themselves and their family, but find homes for their art.
The idea behind that was we had a lot of things we collected in different countries that we really liked, and we wanted to display them in a certain way. The feature work came across that it's still a bit separated, but also still the wind goes through and you can display your ornaments that we bought in a way that we really liked.
In maximizing indoor-outdoor living, and also maximizing openness to the outdoors, the roof actually plays a very important role. So we wanted to really articulate the 3 pavilion concept with 3 different roofs that have a very deep overhang so that we can maximize the amount of glass and have it still be comfortable.
To have this floating ceiling in the middle and then have the wood above that, especially at night, because there's light underneath there, it looks really, really pretty. So if we watch television at night, we normally have everything open. You feel the wind, and we're watching television having the nice valley behind us. You feel like you're sitting outside. I am afraid of heights. I told him, I said, I need to feel completely safe here. And the measurements of the glass, it is normally lower, but I asked them to do it thicker, higher, also because I'm quite tall, that I didn't have the feeling I was going over. So if I stand here now, I absolutely don't have a problem with it. It really feels natural for me to stand there and safe. And I think that it created a really good balconies for us, especially this one. This really goes out. If you sit here, that you feel you're part of the jungle. Especially in the evening, you see all the birds coming, and it's just beautiful. And also sitting here, just overseeing the city there, the rain coming, the lightning and the thunder. I think it's great to sit here. I would normally sit here as long as I can.
When building on a slope, the engineer designed micropiles as a structure. They started at the bottom of the slope and created the structure, the substructure for each column coming down without, disturbing again the rest of the slope, and worked their way up to the top. The platforms that they built for the lower micropiles that went in, you couldn't even see it from the top of the slope. And the workers had to kind of hike down there to the machine and drill in the micropiles.
If you live on the hill, you have stairs, so you might as well make it into something nice. So that's why we have the different levels, and for planter boxes and some art and so on, just to make it into a feature.
That was a very challenging staircase to design. The entire stair actually cantilevered off of 2 vertical concrete columns, which are cladded in a dark gray spray-on concrete finish. The engineer really scratched his head on that. When you're on a slope, you have to find a way to connect spaces that might be on a different level, right? Find a way to connect them ceremoniously. I'd like to say, in terms of having a client who had such an appreciation of the Malaysian climate, we ended up naming the house the Belanda House because they are a Dutch client, but they were so in tune with the surroundings in Malaysia that we gave them, they gave their house a Malay name. Belanda is Dutch, obviously, in Bahasa Melayu. So that's the reason for the name of the house.
Some people say, if you build a house, if you and your wife can handle that, then your marriage is good enough, And we're still, up till today, we're very happy with it. Because it's quite unique. It's unlike most, I would say, Asian houses. It's open.
Designing in the tropics is really, for modern architecture, it's a unique opportunity to really have a connection and really minimize the architecture and kind of open it up and connect to the elements as much as possible. There's less barriers between inside and outside in the tropics, and that makes for really exciting modern architecture. And so that's been a real treat.
Yet another astonishing episode of one of Malaysia's most extraordinary homes, taking full advantage of the tropical climate. We hope some of our videos can convey a message across to all our viewers to be courageous and like-minded, to learn to appreciate what's there for us in the tropical environment we call home. Learn to appreciate the rain, sun, and the tropical breeze connecting to nature. My name is Alex Lee, and I am from Design Seeds. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned to more compelling upcoming episodes. Thank you for watching.
Beautiful. Designed by architect Stephanie Magnan and Amanda Tay of 29 Design Consultancy. Absolutely stunning. You know, I mean, working on that slope, that was a very, very steep slope. And the way they were able to maximize the outdoor living, it was incredible. And just think about the drama of walking across a garden bridge. Wonderful. But you know, I'll tell you something very quickly because we got to get out of here. In New Jersey, overlooking the Hudson River, overlooking the New York Hudson River, is a stretch of land very much like what we've just seen. And that is, it has a very steep slope, but it's overlooking the New York Hudson River. And it's sitting there and it's just waiting for the right architect to come along, the right builder, the right contractor with the right design to pick it up. And because that area is just gold. If you'd like to know more about it, feel free to text me at 551-276-9932. You may also email me at realtalkrealestatemasters@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and I want to thank you so much. Next week, we're going to talk more about construction to permanent loans. All right? We'll talk about the appraisal. We'll talk about the documentation that you must give the lender in order to secure the loan, and that you can actually refinance once the project has been completed and you can pull cash out. All right? I thank you so much for joining us. Remember this. What God has placed in your heart is for you. That's your dream. And He is going to walk you through it. May He continue to bless you and keep you strong. And we'll see you next week. God bless.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy look of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good, you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy face. Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off that gloomy look of tragedy. It's not your style. You feel so good, you'll be glad you decided to smile. Pick out a pleasant outlook. Stick out that noble chin. Wipe off that full of doubt look. Slap on a happy grin. And spread sunshine all over the place. Just put on a happy face.